you? What did I do to you? I don't like you. What did I do to you? What did I do? You're a dirty ass. Oh, am I? My man, my son. Your man?
What's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. All right, as y'all can see, man, I'm in the whip, riding down the street, man. I'm in my car, man, and it's got a lot of road noise, man. I should have drove my truck, but this is what it is. So, you know, we talk all the time about the damage that growing up without your father in the home can do to you. And I think part of that we never talk about enough, unless we talk about it as a joke, is the son-husband dynamic. Now, a lot of people say we're just making it up and we're just, talking about things that don't really exist. But the bottom line is these things do exist. And they exist in a way that is absolutely detrimental to the development of a young man. And no example of that is more egregious than this particular video we're going to cover today. Now, in this video, a single mom is going back and forth with her son's girlfriend, who obviously was living in the household with her son and her. Now, the girl was coming back to get some of her stuff. I don't know if the woman had put her out, but it picks up where the girl is trying to get her stuff out of there, and the woman's telling her, you can't come in. Now, the guy's in between the two trying to hold his mom back because he doesn't want his mother to fight his girlfriend. His girlfriend is willing to stand up and fight for her right to be with her man. His mother is, on the other hand, standing up and fighting for the right to be with her man. This one gets crazy. Now, I'm not even gonna make this a video where I'm gonna knock this single mom, because obviously whatever she's gone through in life has scarred her tremendously. The same way everything we go through in life scars us all. And this has put her in a mindset where she has raised and nurtured and developed her son to be her man. And this isn't a Freudian slip. This isn't something that you just slip up and say. This is something that is on her heart, and she had to correct herself. Let's take a look at this video, man, and then we'll come back and take a deep dive into the psychological aspect of this particular mindset.
Negative.
All right, whatever.
Look, racist ass, bro. You a
that
hater?
you brought out a fucking strip club.
She wasn't no fucking stripper. She wasn't no stripper.
Move. I'm not gonna touch you.
Wait in the car.
I'm not, bro. Our stuff is here. I'm not, though. My stuff is here, and I'm getting my stuff. Get your ass in that fucking car. But I'm not, though.
Oh.
Get your ass away. But I'm not, though.
You go in your room.
Matter of fact, please do, because my stuff is here.
We leave. You ain't got to do all that. You don't.
What did I do to you? What did I do to you? I don't like you. What did I do to you? What did I do? You a dirt ass. Oh, am I? My man, my son. Your man? You not?
Now, here's what you men have to understand. If a woman truly is attached to the man who impregnates her husband, whether her ex-husband or her ex-man or her ex-boyfriend or whatever he is, she sees him in his son, but not just physically, emotionally as well. So she attaches herself to his offspring in a way that is unhealthy for both parties, but the kid doesn't know that yet, because it's an easy life for a boy to be in the household with a mother who feels this way for him. She lets him get away with anything. He can do anything. There is no way that she should have allowed him to have this girl live in the home with him, because if his father was there, it would have never taken place. There's no way. If my son is in such bad shape he has to come live with me, then the only way he can bring a girl or a woman, she's going to have to be his wife. If he hits a rough patch, and hopefully I can always maintain a position myself to where he won't hit a rough patch like that because he has me to fall back on. But let's say he did do that, and the best option was for him to come live with me. I don't care how long him and the girl been together. Like, they're going to have to be in a husband-wife situation. It's not going to be that the first time they live together, they're going to live with me. No, they're going to have to already have established a life together. I'm not saying legal marriage, because you know how I feel about that. But they're going to have to already have established a life together and then just hit a rough patch. But here's the issue. This woman is battling this girlfriend because she doesn't want her son to be taken from her. She is battling this girl like they are competing for this man in the same perspective, from the same perspective, in the same relationship dynamic. And this isn't just a one-off. This happens an awful lot throughout this society. So this Oedipus complex that these young men have, it isn't their fault that they have this Oedipus complex. They are raised in a position where they are told that they are the man of the house. That is nothing to tell a young kid who's 11, 12, 13, sometimes even younger than that. He's the man of the house. Okay, with the man of the house responsibility comes authority, comes a oneness and a union with the woman of the house. So there is no point where any man has been thrust into the role of being the man of the house when he was too young for it, and it didn't affect him in a psychological manner. And I mean a psychological detrimental manner. The reality of the scenario is this. And listen, if the man isn't there for whatever reason, if the woman was just too hard-headed and the man didn't want to deal with it, or if the man was just a deadbeat, regardless of what happens, this is just a scenario that this kid is left in. So I'm not saying that, there's something, it's the kid's fault or even it's the mom's fault. I'm saying that this is the scenario, and it takes a well-made up mind for a woman to not put her son in the son-husband position. Because he's already her son. There's nothing she can do about that. But every woman in that situation needs a man in that situation to be the controller and the dominion haver of that situation. She needs a man there to rule the roost, to make the decisions that are going to either be beneficial or detrimental to that household. A woman isn't equipped to do that. Now, there are men and women who have made their own money and done that, so financially they can handle it. But it's more than just a financial responsibility. It's a wisdom, understanding, and knowledge responsibility. It's a logic responsibility. You have to make decisions based on what's best for the family. And in the situation where there is no father in the home, you end up with this, where a mother is fighting a woman saying, "You can't take my man." And look at the angst that this woman had. The girl is saying, "I didn't do anything to you." Yes, you did do something to her. You took her man. He's all she has. And I don't mean this in an egregious, a perverted way. I mean that the responsibility of taking care of her has fallen on this young man. He's her provider. He's her protector. And I know many of you know young men. Some of you are young men who feel that way about your own mom. You provide and protect for your wife. It's your father's job to provide and protect for your mother. You do that for your own wife. If you're providing and protecting your mother, then you're treating her like your wife. I'm not saying you leave your mother out to dry. Yes, you help your mother, man, but to be the provider and protector for your mother as an adult man, it's just not the way it's supposed to be. You can do for your mom and take care of your mom without being her provider and protector, without being in the same household with her. No adult man should be at home living with his mom if he doesn't have to. If you can afford to not be at home with your mom, why are you there? The only dynamic that can take with two grown men in the house is it's going to be some head bumping. The same reason that male lions run the adolescent males out of the pride, because they know instinctively he's going to become a man and he's going to challenge the authority of his own father. He's going to challenge the authority of his father. I'm telling you from a man who has experienced that. My dad already knew. He already knew what was coming. He was a realist. He knew that I wasn't going to be a grown man. He knew he didn't raise me that way to be a grown man who's going to bow down to another grown man, who's going to honor the authority of another grown man and suppress my own desire to be an authority figure in my life. And the same thing happens when you're in a household with a woman. When you're in a household with your mother and you become an adult man, then it takes on a weird son, husband, wife, mother dynamic, because there are adult responsibilities in the household that a man and a wife should be taking care of that you and your mother have to take care of. If you're an adult man and you sitting at the crib and it's 10 o'clock at night and you watching Netflix with your mom, boy, you and your mama Netflix and chilling. You gotta keep in mind that being at home with your mother is for a child. There is no other species on the planet that stays at home with their mother all through their adult lives. Not males. Males always go out and make a way on their own. They go out and create their own legacy in the world. Only in humans, and mostly with African Americans, does this happen. This is a travesty, and this is one of the major drawbacks of the dissolution of the household in said African American community. Now, I will say this girl was ready to stand up and fight. But when you see that the dude treated his mom like his wife and told his girlfriend, just leave. This girl's just trying to get her stuff out of there. And he's like, well, just leave because my wife wants you to leave. So he telling his girlfriend that I'm gonna have to stand beside my mama right here, even though my mama is wrong and you ain't did nothing to her. This has the dynamic. If I didn't say anything to y'all, man, and just let this play without any volume, I could have told y'all that this was a story where a man got caught with his side chick. She came to the crib and his wife and side chick was about to get at it. It looked just like that particular scenario. And I tell y'all that the reason these things take place is because the art of teaching young men to be masculine, it's almost dead. So when I come on and I talk about these things, and guys are talking about,
why don't you talk about other stuff?
There's nothing else to talk about.
Why don't you talk about what's going on in Ukraine?
What am I talking about that for? They ain't gonna help nobody become the most out version of themselves. My goal is to help men become the most out version of themselves. That's it.
My goal is to help men become the most out version of themselves.
And that's what I'm going to do. In my book, nothing else matters. I'm telling you, young men, if you're at home with your mom and you don't have a father in the household, then you had better heed my words. Do not allow yourself to be put into the son-husband situation, because you will never be able to have a life of your own. Because one thing that a mother has is a mother's love. And it will have a strong hold on you if you don't break yourself away from it when you become an adult man. Am I saying don't love your mother? No, I'm not. I'm saying honor thy father and mother so their days shall be prolonged. But I'm also saying don't be a sucker for love for no woman, not even your mama. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.